Two cars, two philosophies, one question that refuses to die. What does top speed really mean when the world is watching?
This isn't street racing. This is controlled testing. Closed course, measured distance, and a single goal: extract truth from speed.
One machine is built to deliver speed with refinement. The other is shaped to cut the air like a blade.
Bugatti gives you a published limit. Koenigsegg points to potential. Between them is the gap between possible and proven. Top speed isn't a dashboard brag. It's a verified peak in the right direction, under repeatable conditions, with trusted instrumentation. A factory limiter isn't weakness. It's a promise of safety, repeatability, and warranty reality at extreme velocity. The Absolut is engineered around one obsession: reduce drag, stay stable, and let power translate into distance per second.
At these speeds, preparation isn't optional. Every run is planned, logged, and backed by response teams.
Tires don't just roll, they survive. Heat, centrifugal force, and surface imperfections all attack the weakest link.
Bugatti's approach is control. Shape the air, keep the car planted, and make speed feel composed.
The Absolut treats the air like a tax. Reduce the bill, and speed becomes cheaper to buy.
More downforce means more grip, but often more drag. Less drag means more speed, but less forgiveness.
Top speed isn't just horsepower. It's whether the final gear can pull the air without running out of breath.
At sustained high speed, cooling becomes a countdown. Power is nothing if temperatures force you to lift.
At 250 plus, a tiny bump becomes a steering input. Surface quality is a performance part.
Speed records don't happen when you want. They happen when wind, temperature, and pressure agree.
Precision first. Torque, pressures, temps, systems. The fastest run begins with the slowest discipline. On the Absolut, every detail is about clean airflow. Anything that disturbs the stream costs speed.
No stories, no guesses. Just sensors, timestamps, and numbers that can be checked.
The run begins quietly, then the world compresses into a thin ribbon of asphalt.
The Chiron doesn't explode forward. It surges like a tidal force, controlled and relentless.
Past 200 miles per hour, the car is still. Only the scenery becomes frantic.
The sound isn't just loud, it's heavy, like pressure in the air.
A limiter isn't drama, it's certainty. The car reaches the ceiling and holds there with discipline.
Going fast is optional. Stopping is mandatory. And this is where engineering proves itself.
With the Absolut, the question is simple. Can it pull the final gear against the sky itself?
The acceleration feels different, lighter, sharper, like the car is trying to escape the ground.
As speed climbs, drag becomes audible, like the car is pushing through thickening air.
Low drag doesn't look dramatic, it looks efficient, like the car is slipping through a crack in the world.
At extreme speed, stability is survival, and lift and yaw are the enemies you don't get to negotiate with.
The run ends the same way it began, with trust in physics and the people who built the system.
Every claim meets the same judge: recorded data, clean runs, and transparent methodology. Verified speed is what happened. Theoretical speed is what might happen if every condition aligns perfectly. The fastest cars on Earth are common compared to the places safe enough to test them. A small crosswind at 250 miles per hour can feel like a shove. Sometimes the bravest choice is to wait.
This is the difference between chaos and control. Speed held, not chased.
At the edge of possibility, millimeters matter, because air never stops counting.
The fastest can mean many things: peak speed, average speed, two-way runs, production trim, or controlled conditions. Adding power is easy. Managing power at speed, cooling, traction, stability. That's where records collapse.
Here's the clean truth. Bugatti gives a verified, factory-limited top speed. Koenigsegg aims at a higher ceiling, but the public number only becomes...
Speed is part engineering, part storytelling, because humans measure ambition in miles per hour.
Wind can lie. That's why serious attempts favor repeatability and balanced runs whenever possible.
Heat patterns reveal the truth, load distribution, pressure choices, and where failure would begin.
High speed is a full system event. Brakes, tires, aero, and cooling all share the same punishment.
Downforce is invisible weight, created by motion, paid for with drag, and felt through the steering.
The fastest driving often looks boring, because drama at 250 miles per hour is a mistake, not a style.
Modern hypercars aren't just fast. They're supervised by software that corrects what humans can't react to in time. Different engines, different signatures. One feels like a storm, the other like a blade being sharpened.
At maximum load, consumption becomes a constraint. Even legends are limited by physics and fuel.
As light fades, visibility, temperature, and grip shift, every variable changes the equation.
To reach a true maximum, you need time in the air. Time to accelerate, stabilize, and hold.
Even limited, the Chiron's speed is undeniable, because the car looks calm while the world panics.
The Absolute looks like it's doing less work, because its shape is paying the bill for speed.
High speed is teamwork. Drivers, engineers, weather watchers, and safety crews all steering the outcome.
A theoretical number needs real space, enough distance to reach, stabilize, and stop safely.
Cooler, denser air helps engines, but increases drag. The perfect day is always a compromise. Bugatti wraps extreme performance in comfort, because the brand believes speed should still feel civilized. Koenigsegg prioritizes function. Every gram, every line, every control aimed at performance outcomes.
A tighter wake often means less drag, less wasted energy, more speed left on the table for the horizon.
The run isn't over at the stop line. Heat management continues long after the throttle lifts.
These aren't just cars. They're rare machines, and each run carries risk, cost, and responsibility.
A record needs more than speed. It needs proof that others can trust. A factory-limited 273 miles per hour is still a monument because it's repeatable, usable, and anchored to reality. Theoretical top speed is the frontier, tempting, unconfirmed, and always one perfect day away. At extreme speed, the body is part of the machine. Eyes, nerves, and concentration all under load. Darkness makes speed feel faster and leaves less margin for surprise. Speed isn't a single moment, it's repetition. The fastest teams are the most methodical.
Before the run, the track breathes. Then the silence is replaced by a single, violent line of motion.
At low speed, they look like art. At high speed, they become arguments against the limits of matter.
The Absolute's body is a message to the air. Don't resist. Move aside.
At 250 miles per hour, a small drift isn't small anymore. Precision becomes the only language.
The car has a heartbeat. The graph shows when it's calm and when it's fighting.
The internet loves a single headline. Real speed lives in details, conditions, distance, and verification. Put the words where they belong. Verified is verified. Potential is potential. Both can be extraordinary.
For most owners, the victory isn't the absolute maximum. It's confidence, stability, and the feeling of unstoppable engineering.
To chase the highest numbers, you need a world-class venue, expert teams, perfect weather, and a plan that respects risk.
2 masterpieces, 2 paths. One anchored in published certainty, one aimed at an unclaimed horizon.
In the end, speed is not a rumor. It's a moment you can measure.
The track remembers the speed, long after the tires stop turning.
The Chiron Super Sport delivers a clear promise, a factory-capped top speed engineered for control and repeatability.
The Jesko Absolut is built to chase a higher ceiling. Its story depends on the rare day when proof meets possibility. Some battles are decided by numbers. Others are decided by what they inspire.
If you want the real-world number today, the Chiron Super Sport means verified limiter is the headline. If you want the future headline,